Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to review Netflix's The Rip. Now, The Rip is interesting because Netflix has a lot of movies. Netflix releases so much shit pretty much every day of every fucking day. And they release a lot of original movies, and most, if not almost all of their original movies usually are not good. Like, for every two good Netflix movies, they're like, for every Irishman, for every love story, marriage story, for every, like whatever movie, whatever great Netflix movie you can think of, there is like 10 to 20 shitty Netflix movies that you're just like, and like there's like an Electric State and like fucking The Gray Man, and there's like these movies that are like huge budget, like movies that would usually be in theaters that are like awful. So like, you never really know what you're gonna get from a Netflix movie. In fact, it's to the point whenever I see a Netflix show, I'm like, okay, it goes up a bit, right? There's a 50-50 chance you're gonna get a good Netflix show. It's more like a, like a 20% chance, 25% chance you're gonna get a good Netflix movie, unless it's like some crazy, like well-known director involved, and like it's like, unless it's something crazy like that, like you get like Martin Scorsese's Irishman or some shit, it's probably not gonna be a great movie. It's probably not gonna be a good movie. And it's like, so when you hear The Rip is happening, now granted, The Rip, when you hear that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are gonna be together in a movie, you're like, okay, that's cool, because like they are like, surprisingly, considering that the two are such good friends and the two are such big-time actors who have been in multiple great movies and great franchises, they actually don't have a shit ton of movies together. I mean, they have some movies together, obviously, the most notable one being Good Will Hunting, but they don't have like a bunch of movies together, and I don't think they've done a movie together in a while, at least not that I can remember. So when you hear they're going to be in this movie and they're going to be becoming two partner cops, you're like, well, this is great, because whenever they are in a movie together, the chemistry between the two is just off the charts. Whenever you see Matt Damon and fucking Ben Affleck in an interview together, you could just tell those two are real friends. Some people you're like, okay, maybe you're playing it up for the cameras. Maybe, no, when they are together, they bounce off each other. They bounce off each other like two dudes sitting in a car having a conversation. And that's just the vibe you get off of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. They are clearly good friends. They bounce off of each other so well. You're like, yeah, those, like, you believe it. The chemistry between those two off screen is great. But also the chemistry between those two are on screen is great. As minor spoilers, it is in this movie. So from that alone, I'm kind of like, well, I want to give this movie a shot. I mean, like, I love Matt Damon. I've always loved Matt Damon. I think he's one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood, maybe history. The dude, like, he doesn't really give bad performances. Like, I can't really think of a movie off the top of my head. He's been in some, not to say he has been in some stinkers, but I can't off the top of my head think of a movie where I was like, dude, he was so bad in this movie. And Ben Affleck has been up, he's been down. Right now, I think he's back up. He had this stretch of time where people were like, fuck Ben Affleck, when people were kind of down on him. When he was going through that whole divorce with Jennifer Gardner and all that shit, and the Affleck thing when he became Batman. There's a lot of shit going on there. But he's back up. People have sort of accepted him again. He's more like, not like he did anything wrong. I'm just saying, like, he just wasn't the most popular guy. But now he's back up. So it's great seeing these two together again. But the movie The Rip is sort of a classic but interesting crime story about this team, this tactical team, this TNT team, narcotics team. The team is TNT. So if you've heard that before with like Bad Boys, they deal with narcotics. And they're in Miami too. And like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon's character, the lieutenant, who's the leader of the team, gets us Crime Stopper tip that there might be some money held in a house. That's a big thing. That's a big thing now in the world right now, especially out in places like Miami and stuff, where cartels will just buy up houses and to stash cash in there. They'll buy up houses, they'll like give them out, and people be living in it like to stash cash inside of the houses and in the walls and shit. Like that's a big thing these days. So it's believable. And then like it's supposed to just be like maybe like 300 grand at most, 200 grand at most. Like they don't know. Like well, it's not gonna be anything insane in the membrane. But unfortunately, when they get into the house and the team discovers that there is way more money in this house, $20 million to be more exact, which makes things complicated as trust starts to get a little weird between the team because money does funny things to people. And there are other people who might want something to do with it, have something to do with this money. Whose money is this? Who put this much money in this house? Is this the cartels? Who's involved? And can we trust each other not to try to steal this money? Because as of right now, we're the only ones here. No one knows we're here. And it becomes this interesting, tense, paranoid thriller. Now, I would say this. For an hour, this movie is 2 hours. And for an hour, and I'd say 10 to 15 minutes of it, it is a unique, it is a fun, it is an interesting, it is a tense, paranoid thriller. Because you truly don't know what's going on. You don't know, because the way they set it up, you don't know if Matt Damon's crooked. You don't know if Ben Affleck's crooked. You don't know who on the team is crooked. Because it's like, somebody sent the tip to go to this house. Now, did they send them there on purpose? We don't know. Who is somebody there? And everyone's acting weird and shady because everyone doesn't trust each other. And because we as the audience are like, I don't know who to trust either. For an hour and 10 minutes of this movie, you are dead ass tense. You got in the scene, the way they shoot things, the silence. This movie does something great, which is it plays with silence. The most tense moments are moments where two people are just staring at each other. Anybody who's ever seen people fight, or anybody who's been in a situation where something might happen, that's the scariest part, is when nothing's happening, because it's like that, and you're just, every moment of that hour and 10 minutes of the first hour and 10 minutes of this movie is like that, where you are just like, I got no clue what's gonna happen. I don't know who's crooked. I don't know whose money this is. I don't know who's gonna betray who's gonna try to I don't know any of that shit. And it is tense as fuck. It is shot well. It's done well. And Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are great together as per usual. It's not very surprising that they're that great together. Steven Yeun's in this, and he's pretty good in it too. There's actually a couple people in this that are pretty good in this movie. But yeah, it's the Ben Affleck and Matt Damon show though. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon play great off of each other because once again, their chemistry in real life kind of plays through those characters. So when you see those two at each other's throats and paranoid, it makes you even more paranoid. You're like, I don't know what to trust. When they go at it, you're like, I don't know what's going on. I have no clue what's going on. I got no clue. The paranoia is thick. But unfortunately, once the reveal happens, which I won't spoil here, the movie does sort of just become a regular action buddy cop movie. It does. The movie goes from this crime thriller, this serious, thought-provoking, paranoid, you're like, I don't know what's going on, this is a very unique thing, to a regular ass action, movie, which I get. Once it got around to it, I'm like, one part of me is like, okay, I get it, and I'm cool with it, but another part of me is like, you had something unique here. You were making such smart decisions, and it felt almost like the last 30 minutes of this movie, it felt like somebody walked into the studio, walked in on set and was just like, hey, yo, we gotta have some action. We gotta clean this up. We gotta get this done, dude. We can't be all clever and shit. We need some action. We need we need something. And we need a little extra something. And they were like, okay, well, I guess we're going to just do this. Because it just felt like the movie was was so clever. The movie was so interesting. The movie was so different and tense up to that point, and it just becomes a regular ass action movie. It went from a movie I was ready to give like a 9 out of 10 to now I still enjoyed the movie. I still thought it was a good movie, but it went from like, this is gonna be one of my favorite movies of the year to, oh, this is a really good movie. This is a really good movie. I had fun with this movie. I think the first hour and 10 minutes of the movie is really fucking good, and the last 30 minutes is just kind of a old traditional like action cop movie type deal. I mean, so in the end, I have to give The Rip an 8 out of 10. I still enjoyed the movie, but it was like, man, this is about to be one of my favorite movies too. Oh, okay, I guess if you're gonna go that way, then I kind of have to dock it for that, because the last 30 minutes was just such a drop off from the first hour and 10 minutes. It's like, it literally felt like someone came into the studio and was like, hey, yo, bro, like, we gotta get this shit done, okay? We can't waste our time with this clever shit, all right? We need to get this shit over with. And it was like, okay, we're gonna do that. Because the action wasn't even shot well. It was so weird. The action wasn't good, but it looked good. It was shot well, but it wasn't good. It's weird. They need to bring out if they'd make a sequel to this, which I mean they could. They really could. Like, this could be like a Bad Boys like buddy cop type thing if they want to do it. But I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, thank you guys for coming to Comic Game Movie Show. Please leave a like and subscribe. And did you see The Rip on Netflix? Check it out. I think it was a really good movie, at least for first hour and 10 minutes of it. Anyways, thank you guys again. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.